when the bombs began to fall. Now where were you, my dear? Did you think a plane would come and save you from this wreck? I'm sorry, but you were wrong. Let's hop a train, get out of here. There's but one left that'll take us where we need to go. We all knew that it was gonna end this way, so hold my hand and there'll be nothing to fear. If you're afraid, we'll get some beer. If you're still afraid, well then we'll get some whiskey too. And we'll drink until we can't remember our own names. Smash those bottles against the remains of this machine. So when the sun falls to the sea, and everything we thought we had is gone, may we wake up bathed in a glorious radiant dawn. Pick ourselves up, move right along.
Very excited.
I'm very excited. This is good.
Very excited. Hello, folks. Welcome to the Garret Schuelke podcast. I am your host, Garret Schuelke, and today we are here at Dr. Grins Comedy Club, located in downtown Grand Rapids, on this warm, sunny, beautiful February day, which is completely normal. And today's guest is a local Grand Rapids comedian. He is also, I believe, the host here at Dr. Grins. Yeah, I did wonder that when you mentioned coming here. I'm like, wait, you have access to that place?
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically anybody does if you just show up here early enough on a day.
Nice. So, he's a local comedian, he hosts here at Dr. Grins. He has traveled all over the country performing, and he has released 2 stand-up albums, Perspectives in 2015, and his latest, Bullet Biter, the EMCEE Sessions.
Ooh.
And he's also the co-host of the Carrot podcast.
Yes, I am.
And this better be good.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gerrit Elzinga.
Hey, thank you. Hello, everybody. That's
Yeah.
me.
Yep. Thank you, Gerrit, for being here.
Of course.
And people will see this in the show notes, but your name is spelled very differently than mine.
Yes, I get a lot of people thinking that it is G-A. This is how, so if I go to a coffee shop, this is how they'll pose the question to me. They'll say, is it 2 R's, 2 T's? And I go, no, it's 2 R's, 1 T, but it's a lot of different letters in the beginning and the end. It's G-E-R-R-I-T, but everyone just assumes that it's G-A-R-R-E-T-T. And it's not a big deal. I just say whatever because I don't really care. But it's like the birth certificate. It's on there the way that it's supposed to be. But
yeah, that's actually was a big debate when you and I met. It was at the Holiday Bar, which I believe
so long ago.
Yeah, which I believe no longer has comedy shows.
No, they don't.
And yeah, I think you just said hi to me up at the bar, and we started talking, introduced ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Garret. I'm Garret. Is it spelled this way? No, it's spelled that way.
And I go, that makes sense.
I was like, I never heard Garret spelled that way.
Yeah, it's really, it happens. I don't know. Do you do editing on here or no? Do you edit people out?
Not very much.
Good. Get out of here, Josh.
Dude,
he's one of the managers.
Dude, I have had many wonderful visits the past few years, including
oh boy,
like whenever I'm up in my hometown Alpena, I usually rent out a space at the public library for free. Since this is a non-profit endeavor.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, twice I would have someone come in, just like open up the door, be like, "Are you supposed to be in here?" Like,
yes,
yes, we're kind of recording. Okay, well, I just need to make sure. This is like an hour and a half in usually.
God, you should be on it. Like, do you have, when you check into there, do you have to check in with somebody before you use the space? So then what the hell are they doing? Why are they doing that?
I have no clue. It's Alpena, Michigan.
I think I've been up there. I'm pretty sure I performed there.
It's right here.
I think so.
It's basically like the sister city of Traverse City. So
okay.
Across in northeast Michigan.
I think I have. I feel like I have. Maybe Steve Iott has a show up there. He books one somewhere, but man, I can't remember. I feel like I've been to Alpena though.
Well,
It's a small town.
yes, it is. Indeed.
Yeah.
Technically, it's the biggest town in.
Would you think that'll pick up the motorcycles outside?
Maybe, maybe not. I have gotten better with a noise reduction though, with Audacity.
Oh, yeah. Audacity's my favorite.
Yeah, so I'm getting pretty good there.
Cool. Good.
But anyway, yeah, let's get on with the podcast here.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Garrett, how has your day been?
My day has been great. I woke up. I got ready. I went to Meijer, did some grocery shopping. We needed trash bags, so I went and got those for the household, and then rushed over here. Now I'm here. Boop boop.
Great, awesome.
How about you?
Oh, it's been pretty good. I got another 30-day ban on Facebook 2 days ago.
Now I know this about you. How have you been getting banned? What have you been doing? Because I know Stu McAllister is another guy in the city. He's also a comic for people not aware, but he
seen on previous episodes, so go check out those archives.
Perfect, yeah. But he gets banned all the time, and I know his reasonings are stupid. Like people, it's like this word, that word pisses people off. How does it happen to you? What happens?
Okay, the last two that I got 30-day on were for sexual content.
Oh God!
One of which was I shared a post from Deadspin that they originally posted in 2014.
Okay.
Into a private comedy group, the Doug Stanhope fan group.
Yeah.
And just like an hour or so later, boom, 30-day ban. I'm
wow.
Like, how am I getting a ban for sharing a post that was like came up in Deadspin's memories for 2014?
So what was the memory that Deadspin had?
Well, it
was like boobs or something?
No, it was a picture that claimed that it was a security cam footage of
Prince dying? No, that's 2017.
No. It was like a security cam still claiming that Lions fan gave another Lions fan a rim job in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
So I could see why.
But did it show like dick in mouth, or was it like insinuated?
No.
Can we swear on here? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it didn't show anything really explicit. It just showed someone leaning up against a car, pants down, you can see the outline.
Yeah, so what's the problem? So that either, when it comes to those things, it's either Facebook itself and their algorithms picking up on it, or it's someone reporting it.
Yeah,
so if someone reported it in the Doug Stanhope group...
Well, yeah, they would immediately get banned, actually, because the moderators do not put up with that.
Yeah, of course.
Because, it gets zucked. No, so it had to be bots. Mm-hmm. This time, I'm sure someone reported me because I don't know how much you follow me on Facebook.
Well, I can't because you're always banned.
It's a very good point.
No, I do see most of your...
No, I do a lot of honestly, I do a lot of political commentary.
Mm-hmm.
I shit talk a lot, which is why I'm in Sucker Traz again.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite things to make fun of is this conspiracy theory called white genocide.
What is this? I haven't heard of it.
White genocide is basically this idea put forth by white supremacists and the far right.
Oh, no.
In that white people are being genocided in various ways. From, like, say, bringing in immigrants into the country to make it so they don't have as many opportunities, to even, like, making characters in, say, TV shows and movies a different color than what they are originally.
Now, do they know what the word genocide means?
I bet they do.
Okay,
but
great, because they're using it incorrectly.
Oh, yeah, but it's kind of their thing.
Of course.
So anytime, like, let's say the latest Spider-Man film feature Miles Morales.
Yeah, an animated black character.
Yeah, they may not know the history of Miles Morales. In the Ultimate Comics and all that.
Yeah.
But to them, they'd be like, Spider-Man used to be white. Mm-hmm. Why is he black? They're genociding my culture by making my white character black.
That's a good Southern impression.
It's awful.
It's good.
Anyway.
I thought it was real for a second. I thought your regular voice was fake and your Southern accent was real.
No, I assure you, I sound like I have Down syndrome.
No, that's not true. I mean, that's actually a disservice to Down syndrome people.
I've been gotten that all my life, though.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh.
It was only in my teenage years that they started getting more specific. Thus, the do you have Down syndrome?
Well,
thing?
you talk slower, but it doesn't seem, for lack of a better term, downsy. It doesn't seem that at all.
Well, originally, like, growing up, it used to be, what are you, retard?
Oh, yeah.
But then in high school, sir, do you have Down syndrome?
No.
Well,
you don't have the face of Down syndrome. I mean that
I appreciate
completely.
that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that wholeheartedly. There's a specific look that a person with Down syndrome has.
I at least like to think I'm somewhat handsome.
Yeah, you're a handsome guy.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So anyway,
is this the end of the pod? It's just you trying to get compliments.
Five more minutes. Just let me explain why I got banned from Facebook, and we'll end this.
Yes.
Anyway, so anyway, I like to make fun of the white genocide conspiracy theory.
Good.
So, as I learned, Facebook will get you if you just say white genocide. So I would hashtag it white genocide, all one word. Mm-hmm. So this time, I guess they figured it out, or someone reported me because I wrote hashtag white genocide is awesome.
Oh my God.
Which I've done various times before, but this time they finally got me for it.
I think these are just they both have to be bots, because I don't think, are you genuinely friends with, that's the thing too.
Not with right-wingers, I'm generally not.
I am.
But I do post on various pages and groups which are inhabited by those types.
Yeah.
Which is why I post stuff like this to make them mad. Then they report me while they screech about, freedom of speech.
Oh yeah, it's the same. It's the same, and on the far left as it is on the far right. It's like there should be freedom of speech, but it's like both of you need to understand that there is freedom of speech, but you have to suffer the consequences of your quote unquote freedom of speech. You can say or do whatever you want.
Oh yeah,
but there are laws in place.
Yeah, I just want to say right now, I am not complaining about free speech at all.
No,
I'm not saying like, oh, my free speech is being violated. I'm not saying.
Yeah. I think you have a point of pride where you're trying to rustle up some feathers. Or ruffle up? It's rustle up.
Yeah, I just like to talk shit and insult people.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will be genuine and try and make a point. But for the most part, it's like, God, fuck these people.
I call that genocide. That's white genocide. Oh, what a bunch of dumb fucks.
Yeah. So
can't believe it.
So yeah, I would like to mention too that this is technically this is my third time getting the 30-day ban, and each of these happened every time I interviewed a Grand Rapids comedian.
Oh, perfect.
First it was Scott Ryan, next it was Stu McAllister, now you.
Well, I hope I get banned, and I hope that you get banned again, and I hope that the hashtag when you release this is hashtag white genocide.
That might make a good title, actually.
I think so.
But yeah, so there you go. I got the hat trick. You will be the final comedian I'll ever be interviewing because my free speech is not being violated, but I am getting very annoyed. Okay, let's just get on it. Get on with this wonderful podcast.
It's good.
We are
got a lot of sounds outside,
and we're joined by our special guests, sirens, and various people walking through. Hey, Garrett, you want to talk about your early life?
Sure, it's not interesting, but yeah, let's do it.
Actually, it can be.
Okay.
We'll find out. So, Garrett, you were born here in Grand Rapids, or at least from what I read on your biography on your official website.
Yep.
Is that you lived in various small towns around Grand Rapids?
I did. I was born at Butterworth Hospital, which I'm pretty sure is it's Grand Rapids or whatever. It's downtown. And then I was raised in Marne, Michigan, which is farther out. I think farther out west. And then from there, it was like Walker, Comstock Park, Marne again, bounced back and forth between there a couple times. Lamont, Coopersville, just all over the place. So,
yeah, was there a particular reason for this?
My mom would do something where she would sign. Well, so my parents got divorced, so that's a reason that both of them have had to move multiple times. So I've lived with them on and off. Mm-hmm. And then my mom got remarried, and she would try and find a place where they didn't do background checks. So we'd live there for a little bit. She wouldn't be able to pay the rent, and then we'd have to move to another place that didn't do background checks. So it was just this continual thing to keep trying to survive. So that's pretty much the reason. So I've lived in Lamont 2 different times, which is just outside of Coopersville. I've lived in maybe 3 different places in Coopersville. If anyone's farther from Michigan, even the west side of the state, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But these are just smaller towns.
They can Wikipedia this shit.
Yes, they're looking up Walker, Michigan, which we call the cops over there Walker Stalkers because we're super original.
Yeah, my brother used to live up there, actually. Mm-hmm. I've never heard that term.
Walker Stalker, yeah.
I've been here for 7 years now, never heard of it till now.
We have a carnival in Marne, and I'm just calling them now the Marnie Carnies.
There you go.
That's what I'm coining, everybody. Actually, interesting fact. This is fun. Actually, interesting fact about Marne. It used to be called Berlin because the people from Berlin, Germany, settled Marne. So therefore, they called it Berlin. And then after World War II, they're like, well, never mind. So they call it Marne. But Marne, that's the good old Marne. Everyone talks like that there. It's crazy, which it's not how Germans talk. But regardless, they still have the Berlin Fair every year. It's still called the Berlin Fair.
I bet if you were to look deeply enough, Marne will have like a more insidious...
Guaranteed. I'm waiting for those files to be released, like the JFK files. Just they're not blacklisted anymore. But yes, Marne does have a Wikipedia entry, so if you guys want to go look that up, it's all fun.
Very nice. So okay, you moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How was your childhood, I guess, overall?
It was fine. I don't have too many complaints. I mean, my mom owes me a ton of money, but I talk about that in my act. I watched comedy a lot. So we did move to a bunch of different places, but I still went to the same school district the whole time. So she would petition to have me stay at the school district, which was nice because I didn't have to relocate and lose friends continually. I think it's because she knew that, there's no point in going to this school when I'm going to have to in 6 months go to, another district again. So she just kept bringing me and my sister to this school, so we would get up 2 hours early and then drive or whatever. So
yeah, you mentioned
that was rough.
Okay,
sorry.
Quite damper there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I hate doing that thing where my life was awful, but it's I have to say some reason as to why I'm so fucked up now.
You don't have to go full Eminem here. Right?
Yeah. I don't hate that much, but it was I wasn't fed drugs in my my breakfast cereal, just sprinkling some Vicodin on there. No, my mom didn't do that.
Okay, you mentioned briefly there that you got into comedy around this time. What was your first exposure? Do you remember the artist or the album or special, anything like that?
As regrettable as it is, Bill Cosby and Bill Engvall and Jeff Foxworthy, Ron White, and Larry the Cable Guy. Those were
that's the offensive one. Right
I know. But it was the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. That was my first kind of exposure to everything.
Well, just Larry the Cable Guy.
I know.
Bill Cosby.
It was Bill Cosby. So that all those were the first things, kind of. And then, but also I was watching Comedy Central present specials, so I'm seeing, hundreds of comedians all the time, just really getting into it. And I will say when I saw Blue Collar Comedy Tour, my favorite one was Ron White. That was my favorite one. Yeah.
I had the pleasure of seeing him perform here at 20 Mile Live. He was excellent.
I forgot he was there. It was good?
Yeah, he was great.
I forgot to ask for tickets for that.
Yeah.
God damn it.
The one big notable exception is that he had some guy kicked out who was heckling, and this guy looked exactly like Larry the Cable Guy.
No.
He was doing a Larry the Cable Guy cosplay or something.
You're kidding.
No, I'm
not. Was he just get her done? Was he yelling that?
No, not that. I don't know what he was yelling, but I remember Ron just being like, will you shut the fuck up? Can someone please get him out here?
That makes sense.
Then the bouncers come up, and there he is. He's kind of dressed like Larry the Cable Guy with the hat and the sleeveless shirt and shit.
It might have been my dad. What a douchebag. My dad's not a douchebag, but...
Your dad looks like Larry the Cable Guy?
I mean, he wears sleeveless shirts, so
I do.
It ain't too bad.
I do too, but they're actual T-shirts I cut the sleeves off, not like my flannel like I'm wearing now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, he'll do. He literally has had shirts for 15 years, and then suddenly I see him wearing that same shirt again, and he had cut the sleeves off, and I'm like, what? Were those bothering you for 15 years? Why did you do that?
Well, considering my own financial situation, that's very admirable, actually. Be able to wear something for 15 years.
Yeah, I mean that's good for the environment. That's for sure. Yeah, what was the question? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, okay. I was asked about your first exposures in comedy.
Oh, yes. So those were the first exposures, and then it was the ones that really stood out to me watching Comedy Central Presents, but also the HBO comedy specials. So you're seeing like the '80s stand up as well, and then
like
one night stands, and like all of that. But I saw Dane Cook. That was my. I know.
I liked him too. It's okay, Garrett.
It was just the idea of like doing something completely different than anyone else had done. Like I've never seen someone rip their shirt off in their closer and like run around. And I was like, this is so like it was enamoring. And then I saw him, and then my favorite became Bill Hicks, which is completely different from all of the things I've just listed. But I just love the truth of it, and it's so fun. That's why I like him more than Carlin for me. It's so funny, but it's also so poignant. Like there's clearly a message that he's frustrated he can't get to people, and then also it is goddamn funny, and that's what I hope that I can do.
Do you remember your first special of his? Because I
One Night Stand.
One Night Stand.
That was the first one. That was the first where I'm just like, wow, this is so concise and so perfect.
Yeah, I remember how I got into Bill Hicks actually when I saw it talked about on some group. Mm-hmm. It actually isn't one of his big specials or one of his big albums. It was this
Sane Man?
Nope.
Damn it.
Basically, it's a bootleg from a show. I think maybe it was Chicago. I forget
Is
where.
it Bill Hicks Loses It?
Yeah, the bootleg. I think it's called "I'm Sorry, Folks."
Yes. Yep.
And if folks, you can look this up. It's all on there. Among other things, it's most famous for Hicks screaming, "Hitler had the right idea. He was just an underachiever."
Yep. Kill them all, Adolf. Jews, Mexican, American, whites, all of them. Yeah.
You suck. Get the fuck out of here. Go see Madonna, you fucking idiot, piece of shit.
I love it. Oh, it's so great.
It's also because at the time I was like really, it was when I saw that documentary Heckler.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
Which I think maybe it was on there, but after that I just started like looking up Heckler stuff on like YouTube and that's how I came across it.
Well, it's just heckling is just so fascinating because the mentality of the person in the crowd that thinks that they're either A, helping, B, they don't like what they're seeing, so they can't not shut the fuck up, or C, they're just distracting other people around them. There's so many different versions of heckling, and I love breaking that down on stage and like talking about. I love Inside Baseball, where you can talk about comedy and then let the people in on the joke, basically. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what a lot of Bullet Biter is. So, but there's some heckle moments on there, too, where people, like I say, hey, I'm sober, and then people are like, boo! And I say, boo, fuck you. And it's just that way that you're able to come back to it and get everybody else in the crowd into that moment. So
yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
One more thing about Bill Hicks I just want to ask you, because this is always a fun topic with him. Did Dennis Leary steal his shit?
100%.
100%?
There is a story. So Steve Hicks is Bill's brother, and I know Steve. And yeah.
Wow, how'd that happen?
He used to live in Grand Rapids. Crazy enough. Yeah, I saw him one day and was like, what the fuck is Bill Hicks' brother doing in Grand Rapids, Michigan, of all places?
Texas guy all the way up here.
Dude, I know. And he's like, oh, I live up here. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, I work here. I'm like, what? That's insane.
I work for Amway. Here, can I interest you in this offer?
If it's a Bill Hicks bootleg, I'll take it. But no, he's an amazing man. He's very, very nice, very kind, and he moved, so he doesn't live here anymore. But
sad.
He would tell me stories about this stuff, and he's also done interviews where he said like the same stories. But there's one where him and Bill were driving across the country. They were somewhere. I think they were out in the desert driving back home or something, and Bill had put in, I think it was after the cancer diagnosis, I'm pretty sure, but he was taking him back home, and they put the tape of Dennis Leary's No Cure for Cancer in, and they're listening to it, and then Steve just turns to Bill and he's like, kind of sounds like you, and then Bill says, yep, and then takes it out of the tape deck and just throws it out the window. And I love that story. Because he's just sitting there, not responding, just waiting, and then Steve says that, and he's like, yep, you're fucking right, boom.
Yep.
He was just looking for confirmation.
Yeah, back when I was getting into comedy, like you, I was really into Comedy Central. Mm-hmm. Honestly, at first it was for like South Park and The Daily Show.
Yeah,
But then I got more into just the general comedy and stand-up aspects. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was privileged enough, if you want to say, to watch the original Dennis Leary roast, where one of the comedians had the Bill Hicks line in there, which they then took out subsequent airings.
Man, I wish I would have seen that. I'm sure it might be on YouTube or something.
Yeah,
someone might have put it up there, but I have the DVD of that. Do I?
Did they take out the DVD?
It says it's uncensored, but I've never watched it because. I mean, that's the thing too. Is like I don't hate Dennis Leary, but the second special he did, Lock and Load, is clearly not good, and that is the one that he didn't lift from Hicks. So it's the same, and it's the thing is like. Leary would work with Hicks on shows. He'd open for him. He'd see him do stuff. And then later, he's like wearing the leather jacket. He's got the hair. He's smoking on stage. He's doing all this shit. And it's like, Bill did that like fucking 10 years before you were doing it. So it's like, there's no point really in talking about it and hashing it because it's like, he's got money. Who fucking cares? Bill's dead. It's, people, whoever's going to know is going to know. And the amount of conspiracy theories that we have now, like there are conspiracy theories that people say that Bill Hicks isn't dead. It's just Alex Jones.
I love that
dude,
one, yes.
If you talk to Steve about it, he's like, that hurts me and my family so fucking much because I buried my brother. My brother is dead.
Okay, well, that's
so
not
it's
so
like,
funny, then.
Well, it's like, it's funny. I think it's the same with, like, Flat Earth Theory and, any other conspiracies where it's just like, look how fucking dumb these people are.
Well, at least with this one, I don't think it's meant to harm Steve Hicks or the Hicks family.
Yeah.
It's more of a take on Alex Jones because he's known for doing the whole, people fake their deaths, facial recognition, surgeries.
Yeah.
And
that's funny.
It's pretty, and this was like after the Sandy Hook shooting where so it was like okay let's throw this back at Alex.
Yep.
And they've done a really good job too, actually. Like I said, a lot of them go into like the facial reconstruction, the voice and that. It's hilarious. I liked it.
It's fun when it's like, look how ridiculous this is. But that's the thing with disinformation is because, and I also will say this, I don't think that bringing something into the lexicon is, like, I don't think that is, how do I say this? Okay, so people believing something, it's not the fault of the thing that was brought into the lexicon. Like video games, that doesn't cause violence, right? It's not the video game's fault. It's other things around it. So there are people who are wired a certain way to respond a certain way to things. So when a thing like Bill Hicks is Alex Jones now, most people don't believe it. People are like, that's ludicrous. But some people wholeheartedly believe it. And it's like, okay, that person, we need to figure out what to do with them. And the problem with all the stuff that's on Facebook right now is there's no screening process for getting people a fucking account. Like, there's so many people that are just the dumbest people on the planet.
Well, there is a screening process. I mean...
It's a username and an email and a password.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, but... Yeah, I'll just say this. I do think Facebook mostly caters to the right-wing crowd.
100%.
Holy shit.
Well, yeah, well, that's where the money's coming from. Of course.
Yeah, that's where the clicks, like I said, the clicks, where money's come from.
Yep.
That's why good leftist guys like me get banned for white genocide.
White genocide. Well, it's a very serious topic.
Yeah, while I can actually try to report a white supremacist Facebook page that talks about, degenerates and whatnot.
Yeah.
Nope. Thank you for reporting, but we have found nothing wrong with this page.
Well, do those pages, so the pages that you're reporting, do they use the N-word freely? Because I feel like they do.
No, they don't.
No? Okay.
No, they come up with new terms all the time.
So that's how they can do it.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, one more thing about Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to like an old interview on Opie and Anthony with Louis C.K.
I've heard this one too. Yeah.
Another great, wholesome, non-controversial comedian.
Yeah, that's another that's another issue where it's not just black and white. It's just a lot of gray area.
I was joking, but we will not get into that.
No, that's fine.
bullshit.
We don't have to.
But he was talking about how Dennis Leary did this, stole one of his bits, but he did very weirdly, where he went on stage after Louis and kind of riffed on it.
Yeah.
And kind of somehow stole it, made it his own. Yeah, Louis just mentioned this and blah blah blah.
Yeah. I have heard that. People can find that one. It's Louis C.K. on Opie and Anthony about Dennis Leary, but he stole. Louis said, "I'm such an asshole that blah blah blah."
Yeah, that one.
And then Dennis Leary went on, followed him, and said, "Oh, asshole that says it's hot outside or whatever." Said a line.
Song.
Yeah, and then he wrote the asshole song, and then started doing that, and it's he took a Louis bit.
Yeah, my favorite part of that interview was some caller called in and said, "Hey Louis, you hear about Dennis Leary's new show?" "No, I haven't." "What?" "It's called Lucky Leary."
Yeah. Dude, I loved Opie and Anthony because the listeners were sometimes some of the funniest people that would call in.
I get to listen to old stuff, but especially near the end and now, it's I just can't.
Yep.
Those
early days.
I still like Jim Norton, though, but I still...
He was good third mic. It was such a perfect show. It's such a bummer that it's gone now.
Yeah.
But Dave Landau's on with Anthony Cumia, so if you guys check that out.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. Love me some Landau.
Okay, so those were your first exposures to comedy. Mm-hmm. When did you start engaging in comedy yourself?
I started writing jokes at about 14, and then I called the Comedy Den, which they were in the phone book that I had, and then the phone book the place was closed, so I couldn't go there. And then I called Dr. Grins, and I said, "Hey, I'm 14. Can I get on the open mic?" And they go, "No, there's an age limit." And I go, God damn it. And then I waited a year, and then I called again, and I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get on the open mic." And they're like, "Okay, well, here's the number for the host." And I go, "Okay, great."
And you didn't mention your age this time?
Nope. And I called the host, and I said, "Hey, I would love to get on the open mic." He's like, "Okay, how about next Thursday?" And I go, "That's great. Also, is there an age limit?" He's like, "No, of course not." Are you fucking... I could have been here at 14? Are you shitting me? So...
I don't know. What's the... I think the legal age in Michigan is 15 for consent.
Oh, it's 16, but that's only if it's between you, a 17-year-old, and an 8-year-old. 18-year-old.
Well, for comedy, it's 15 here in Michigan.
Yeah, it's 15, everybody. So...
That was a bad joke.
It's all right. I mean, I'm bombing so hard right now. But yeah,
I think I'm bombing. I'm the writer. You're the comedian.
It's 2:00 in the afternoon. I don't need to be on right now.
Here you are, and I thank you for being on.
Of course. No, I mean not on the pod. I mean just on. Those people that are "Hey, sucking, zipping, zapping, zooping." They're always on. You're shut the fuck up for a second. Be a person.
They're just never not performing. They always have a persona going on.
Yeah, their pun game is 1,000, and I'm like, all right, let's wait for a good one. Saddam Hussein. Perfect.
Okay, so...
yes.
So you called up again 1 year later, and they allowed you on.
Yep, so I did the high school talent show. I was a freshman in high school, did the talent show, did stand-up, and then the next week I came to the comedy club, and then I did time here. But yeah, that was the first time in a comedy club. It was April 24th, 2006.
Yeah, you remember who you're opening up for?
David Graham. I haven't seen him since that night.
I never heard of
it.
it.
Thursday. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he does it anymore. He's not on Facebook. I haven't looked, to be honest, but yeah, so I was on the open mic. It was 4 minutes back then, and did the open mic, and that's before Stu took it over. So Stu was the past MC, and then I took that over from Stu, so I've been doing it for about 4 years now. In September, it'll be 4 years. So,
yeah. I'm about to say, what what a case of destiny that would be if it was Stu that answered and put you on.
Yeah, that would. I mean, it was actually, your listeners can't see it, but the guy over there, Dr. Billy Grins.
Yep.
That's the old MC. So he was the guy that I talked to, and he put me on. And then the next time I came, he was here, and then the next time I came, he was still here, but Stu was being tried out to take over the position, and then I never saw him again until like 2014 when he stopped here randomly.
I'm about to say, is that his real name?
No, 100% no. It is.
Is this place named after him?
No.
Okay.
I think they just came up with the idea of like Grins, haha, that's funny, and then the doctor theme.
Perfect.
And then he's like, well, I'll go by that. I don't really,
There you go.
I don't know his name.
Okay, overall, how did the first show go?
Good as it could. I mean, I didn't crush, but I had like real hacky jokes. Like I remember one joke I had. The punchline was something I saw on a T-shirt. I can't even remember what it is. It was it was like people or PETA. I'm a part of PETA. People for the eating of tasty animals. That's what it was. It's so dumb.
Wow.
But it's like it was from a shirt, and I'm like, oh, that's funny. I'll put that in the joke, and then I did, and it went well. And I was like, I don't like how that felt. Like I already knew back then. I was like, I didn't write that. I don't like how that
Bill
feels.
Hicks does not approve from heaven.
No. Well, he doesn't approve of any of the shit that I was talking about back then.
No,
I was talking about a woman becoming president and how, like, with her period, and I was just like, but that's a joke that everyone's done, but I, like, wrote it. I didn't hear anyone else say it.
Actually, allow me to correct myself. Bill Hicks does not approve from Nirvana.
From that alien spaceship that he was tripping inside.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean that was the first experience. It went well. I mean, I wouldn't say I bombed. Second time, I got some pretty good laughs. And then the third time, it was a very small crowd. I remember that. And then I did okay. And then the fourth time, fifth time, I bombed my ass off.
All here at Dr.
Hard.
Grins?
Yeah. One was a corporate party, and they started heckling me. And it was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Did they know you were a teenager, though?
I said that. I was like, are you fucking kidding? I'm 15. Like, just give me a little slack. Like, I was yelling that. But it was right in this goddamn room. It was right in this room. I've had so many... And
the setup here at Dr. Grins, is it still, like, the same as it used to be?
Those curtains didn't used to be there. That table is, like, so new it was here last week for the first time.
Oh. I guess I'm just talking about like the general setup with where the tables and
of the
stage
room
located.
Yeah, there's hardwood floors now. We used to have carpet, and that carpet was here up until I want to say this time last year maybe. I think it's been here for a little less than a year. And I mean those curtains, those didn't used to be up there.
All right, since this was 2000s, it probably definitely had that 2005 to it.
Oh, yeah. People were smoking like a motherfucker in here. I remember I'd come home and I'd smell like cigarettes. And that was the first 2 years, maybe, and then they put the kibosh on it. But, yeah, that was crazy. Like, you can watch videos that I recorded from back then, and you can see, like, the ploofs of smoke, like people just smoking inside. And that it was weird to get to taste that. Not taste it like cigarette, but like just the get the sense of how it used to be in the 80s. Like I have that in my memory.
Yeah. Okay, so at this time when you first started, how would you describe the comedy scene here in Grand Rapids? Was there one?
Yeah, there were some people. It was Stu, there's Alan True, Adam Deggy, Matt Loria, who else? Ben Wilkie. I feel like and DK Hamilton, he moved. But there was also guys like Andy Beningo, he would come out here. Smokey, that's a guy I remember. I don't remember his real name. He won't find this. And then...
might not even be alive for all we know.
That's true. Anyone could be dead. Literally, in this moment we're talking right now, anyone we know could have died. How sad is that?
Or they could just quit Facebook like Stu and Adam have.
That's true. Adam quit? Wait, Adam?
Yeah, Adam Decky.
He quit Facebook?
Well, yeah, kind of like Stu. He's not like...
Oh.
He's not like on his regular profile. He just
I gotcha.
his
Page. Gotcha.
He gives off the reason being, I think, like his opinions and some of his interactions have cost him gigs. Something.
Yeah, I mean he's right. I know mine have too, but that's the thing is like you get to a point where you're like, do I fucking want to work for people that I think are stupid? Like I can't respect people for being dumb. I don't know, willfully ignorant.
Yeah, that is a whole nother topic though.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same thing with the writing community that I'm. Communities that I'm part of or that I interact with. Some of them have the same thing. Like, yeah, I don't write this or that because my opinion might cost me this and that.
See, that's not art. You know, Sorry. I mean, I know there's people that do certain things for money. I get it. But there's also people that do things because they're passionate about it. And it's an art form to them. And they want to be able to express themselves through the art form. I don't like the idea of little parasites coming into the thing and then just treating it like it's a fucking paycheck. That really annoys me. Just work in a factory then. Because you clearly, if you're working at something for a paycheck, you clearly don't care about the thing you're doing. And it doesn't even necessarily mean that you're good at it. You know? If there's other people that are ahead of you that are better, fucking step out of the way for those people. I don't know.
Well,
sorry, I got really angry just now.
Aside from opinions, as I found with the writing communities I go along with, a lot of it's just also more like the attitude or just the way the person saying the opinions treats other people.
Oh, yeah.
That's how a lot of them get blacklisted or just straight up given the boot.
Interesting.
Whether they're like just straight up MAGA chuds. Or in a few cases,
MAGA chuds, like cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Holy shit, that's funny.
That's a nickname we give them, chuds.
Fuck yeah. Cool.
So yeah, even if they're just like chuds and they just treat you like shit or say a lot of offensive things because they want to get at you or they think it makes them look cool.
Oh yeah.
To straight up people who are Nazis or they commit crimes like sexual assault or stalking.
Yeah, those are reasons to have them vacated from the premises.
Yeah. But one thing they all have in common is that they always claim, my opinion got me banned from this. My opinion cost me that.
So is your opinion that you can just grab women by the pussy? It is! Yep, I got it now. Those MAGA chuds. God, I love that. Because it's like mega chud, but it's MAGA chud. That's great.
Oh, jeez.
I've been calling them Republicans. I feel like that's my favorite.
I have been trying to back off on calling Trump tards because the whole
because retard.
Yeah, I have been. That's one thing I've been trying to like back off on, but occasionally it's still like gets out.
I'm just trying to be completely sarcastic. Some guy. So I posted a thing yesterday about it's a Snopes article, which is a verified truth fact check.
Which, by the way, you have been going really hard on the politics lately.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Which is awesome.
And I shouldn't because I'm also losing gigs, but at the same time, do I care? I do, but also whatever. So I posted a thing. It's a Snopes article talking about how much Bernie Sanders his plan actually taxes people. Yep. Because there's a fake meme that was going around saying that, was it 52? If you make 30. Is it 29? If you make $29,000 a year, your tax bracket will now go up to 52%.
Yeah, the CNN headline is yes, the middle class taxes will go higher or something.
Yeah, and it's like 100% incorrect. Not true at all. It is not that high. 52%? Are you fucking? I don't think it's 52% for anybody. Like that's crazy.
Well, people when they see taxes, just like, oh, they're gonna take my money and I'll get nothing back.
But that's the thing too. Is like you're also not spending for this thing right here, and then it's like, well, I don't want to pay for someone else's, and it's like, motherfucker, you pay for everybody's roads right now, and the money's not even going to that. Whatever.
Well, more like, would you rather your money go to healthcare or this wonderful jet that'll go over to this country and blow shit up?
Exactly. But they want, so. But anyway, I posted that. Someone else shared it, and then I'll look at I'll look at the pages when people share it. So I go to this other guy's, and then it's the same article. He said, please read this. And then someone commented a meme, and the meme is a tweet, and it's it says, Bernie Sanders, millionaires and billionaires are ruining the world. And then, in parentheses, Bernie becomes a millionaire. Billionaires are ruining the world. And it's like, you fucking idiot. Like, how are you...
But Bernie owns 3 houses. Herder.
Just the idea of people defending billionaires is so crazy to me. You
did-
will never know one.
Did
You
you,
will never be one. They don't care about you.
Did you watch the debate this past Tuesday?
Shitting on Bloomberg.
Oh, God.
I tried to, but I can't find any of the recap videos.
Oh, God. I will say this. I watched all the debates, and all of them, this is the only time a candidate got straight up booed.
Good.
Like, I've heard, like, just some, like, low applause or maybe even some groans from, like, a Joe Biden.
Yeah.
But never, like, a Bloomberg where he would say, like, well, I believe you should do this. Just, boo!
Well, there is the one moment where he said, they just can't take a joke or whatever he said. And then the
Yeah.
whole audience is like, like gasped. It's like, yeah,
well,
fuck this guy.
Yeah, Warren and Bernie tore him apart. Even Joe Biden got...
He got some jabs
fucking
in.
mush-brain Joe Biden got a lot of good jabs.
Yep.
They did, like, a split screen, and they show, like, Bloomberg saying something, and Biden is just giving the most memeable what-the-fuck face. And even he's, like, look around and be like, kidding me?
I'm on the same stage as this asshole? Yeah.
This is Biden, so it's like...
I know, the kid toucher.
he touches everyone.
I know,
He even
it's-
touched Pete Buttigieg during that. He's like, but hold on. You listen to me. Grabs him by the wrist.
Whoa, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did.
Whoa, he got to knock that off. It doesn't matter. Just drop out, you motherfucker.
Yeah, he's not going to win. And Bernie's probably going to just plow through the Nevada primary, say.
Oh, it is today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man. He's got to.
Then 2 weeks is Super Tuesday.
That's when we vote.
Wait, actually, I think we're a week after.
Yeah, we're, I have it in my phone. Guys, vote. Go vote. I don't know when this goes up, but March.
Vote Bernie. If you vote Bloomberg, you belong in a gulag.
Yes. Oh, March 10th. We are a week after Super Tuesday.
All right.
Good. Anyway, no, so the whole reason I told that meme thing and got into politics was because I called the guy that posted that other meme about, like, once Bernie became a millionaire, now he's only shitting on billionaires. I posted, nice meme sharing, you critical thinker, you. That's what I said. I've been very sarcastic. And then he said, you don't even know me. And I said, I know you enough to know the sarcasm worked. And that's just how I've been treating him lately.
Yeah, they know you enough to friend you, then talk shit on your wall.
Fuck them, man. Fuck them.
Let's get back to a more positive topic.
Yes, please.
All right, so you're doing all these gigs. You're meeting up all these local folks, like our beloved Stu McAllister.
Good old Stu.
Yeah. What was like your first paid gig?
I cannot remember. It might have been. Hold on, give me a second. It might have been.
Very sleepy podcast.
I think I'm crashing from the Red Bull I had. I might need another one or a coffee. But I think it had to have been like hosting here or something like that. Because I think I would get guest spots here. They would do a thing in the summer to get more people in the seats where you get a guest spot if you brought 10 people. You get an 8-minute guest spot if you brought 10 people. And so those were the first things where I got extended time here. But I think emceeing either here or at Connections in Lansing. But I can't remember. It all flows together. I could find out, but it doesn't matter enough.
No, like life itself, it does not matter.
Yes.
No, so, that's another good question. When did you start traveling around to see comedy shows, like outside Grand Rapids?
To see them?
Yeah.
I really haven't traveled to go see.
I mean, like in your early years.
Yeah, I would just do it.
Oh, okay. So you were just steady getting gigs then?
Well, not really even gigs. It was like open mics. So I'd get on the open mic here at Dr. Grins. There was Sunday Night Funnies, which was at a couple venues before. It was at the Riverfront Hotel on Ann Street, which used to be called the Radisson. And I would go up there at the open mic. There were some other kind of showcase shows that happened here and there. I don't think those were paid. But just trying to get the time. And then the high school talent show. So I wouldn't do time as much as I do now, obviously. But then, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of open mic. A lot of open micing, trying to get good.
Okay.
And then
That's kind of a shitty question. Let me go on to
Oh, it's a good question.
an actual good question. Okay, so you perform around here. When did you start traveling to perform to other places?
gotcha.
See why it's a better question than the last one.
You're good. I would say 2010.
How old were you?
I was 15 in 2006. I'd say about 20, 20, 20 or 21.
So you were graduated from high school by this time.
Yep. 19 maybe, I think, is when I went to Toledo, Ohio to do emceeing there at the club. So that was 4 years after I started, maybe 3. Man, I can't remember.
Yeah. How did you usually travel?
Car is usual. I mean, I've flown a couple times. The only places I've flown to are New York.
Oh, we'll get to that too.
Oh boy, great.
You're very excited.
I just drank a lot when I was in New York.
Spoiler alert.
Oh no! Sorry.
Okay, so was there? Okay, when you were traveling all around, like how far did you go, like all over the U.S. or just around the Midwest?
I've been to Canada 3 times. I think I've been to Canada
Really?
3 times. Yeah.
Did you have to get a permit to do that?
No, just I have a passport, so I'll have to re-up it at some point. But
Because I have known bands in that travel to Canada. They always have to get like a worker's permit or
just
something.
lie. That's what I say. Just fucking lie. Just say you're going to see a show. Don't ever say you're performing. Just fucking lie. They don't need to know.
Granted, it's a lot easier for you to go than, say, a band with a bunch of shit in the back.
Oh, we're just selling all this stuff to the band that we're going to see perform. Yeah, it's very different. But, I mean, that's the luxury that we have as comics, where we can just be like, yeah, going to see the show. Know the show you're going to see. But,
No,
yeah,
I'm not headlining.
Yeah.
It's completely different, Garret.
You look pretty funny. I'm not, I promise. And they're like, okay, go ahead.
Aren't you the comedian?
God, yeah.
Which has actually been something that's been told to me one time when I went to Canada.
Aren't you? Well,
Yeah, when I was joking at the Border Patrol about the show I was seeing.
what'd you say?
God, what was the joke? I'm going there again in March to see the same artist, Matthew Good. He's one of my all-time favorite musicians.
I know him.
Oh, you do?
I've heard of him, yeah. I don't know if I've listened
He actually
to him.
had his new album come out yesterday.
You know what? I think he showed up in my Discover Weekly.
Yeah, he's
Or my
awesome.
release radar.
I suggested to you and everyone listening, look up Matthew Good, alternative rock artist from Canada. He is awesome. I love him.
It's good with an E on the end, right?
No, just Good.
Okay, he did not show up in mine.
But, yeah, so I was explaining to this guy, I'm here to see Matthew Good, and, just going to spend the weekend in Toronto. He's like, you're not going to go see Drake? I'm like, oh, I wish. I do not have that money, sir. But I'd be right up front, doing the Hotline Bling dance. It's like, man, you are a comedian.
Oh, God.
Yes, I am. Please don't detain me.
You're too funny. There must be something in your asshole.
All right, so you traveled to Canada, and anywhere else?
Nope.
Canada or U.S.?
Just U.S., Canada and U.S. It's mostly U.S. The farthest west I've gone is North Dakota. The farthest east I've gone is, I'd say, upstate New York, if that's probably farther east, but New York City is where I lived. Farthest south I've gone are, Texas and Florida. Florida's farther down. And then farthest north has been Canada. So
Yeah. When you were performing, was there anything about those scenes or the shows that particularly struck you as different or unique?
I mean, if you I try and not do any local jokes that are only going to work in a certain place. But if I do have them, I will try and rewrite them so they will work somewhere else. So I have a joke about the UP. which, if you're outside of Michigan, it's the Upper Peninsula. Michigan's Upper Peninsula. We're a Lower Peninsula and an Upper Peninsula. So if I travel anywhere else, I will have to break it down and explain that. So the way that I do that is make a funny story out of how Michigan became those two peninsulas. So I talk about our war with Ohio and how our consolation prize, because we lost to the Toledo Strip, we got the Upper Peninsula. And to me, it's just like, we've had it for so long, we should just give it back. We don't need it anymore. That's just where Canada's keeping their rednecks. So that's like a quick line that you'll say. So it's like you're talking about history. You're putting a story in it. You got a little voice in there. Where it's like, well, we don't need it. You can take it. You can do a weird voice, and then you go to the end of that, and that is one bit right there. You could end it there. But I had this other bit that I wanted to tell, but I had to write this other thing so I could get to that second bit. So that's called a chunk. Now I have the UP chunk that can work in different states, and it's really it's something I wouldn't have been able to do way back when, but I think now I'm able to, because back then I would have just told the UP joke and be like, why isn't this working? It's because no one fucking knows what you're talking about.
What's the deal with the Upper Peninsula?
Yeah, they're like, what is that? You're in Florida? They're like, we look like a dick. Hey, what is this? Also, I do hate people that say that Florida looks like a dick. I've heard it 1,000 times. Yeah, so there's that. And when I went to Canada, I did a lot of religion jokes, and they did not like those.
Really?
Yeah. I was talking about the South as well. This was a long time ago, but I was talking about, like,
where in Canada were you going?
I think this was Windsor. I think so. But I was talking about, like, religion and, like, the United States, the southern United States, where they're like, everyone knows a southern accent. I couldn't believe it didn't work. But even thinking back on that, I'm like, I don't think it was me. I think it was genuinely they didn't like that I wasn't the other guy on stage.
Oh, that.
Like, it was one of those shows where the host, it's his show, basically. So he's the headliner, but he's also hosting. It was very fucking weird. But I just had a guest spot on it, and I followed him doing like 20 minutes. And then he had a guest spot, and then another 10 minutes, and then I went up. And then he went up and did another 10. The feature went up, which was Stu. And then he went up again and then closed the show. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, it's just his show. This is crazy. And I think that might have been the reason. But I also lost confidence very immediately into the set.
Okay. Well, aside from that one, was there any other notable experiences throughout your travels, like pre-New York?
Not that I can think of too many. Just, traveling, doing jokes, and nothing. I've had a very boring... I mean, there's times where I've drank so much that I don't remember getting back to my hotel. So there's that. But it's like, it's usually a small town, and which is not an excuse as to why to do it, but it's those things where you get out to look at your car and you're like, wow, I parked straight. That's good. Good for me. I did it. My head's killing me, but I'm pretty good at this. And it's weird how that gives you more confidence. You're like, I'll drink double tonight. Fuck it. I don't care. I'll park. I've actually...
You got a very Stanhope way of thinking here.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I mean, one of my biggest wake-up calls was I got so drunk one night. This is before I moved to New York, but I got so drunk one night. I blacked out, went to my car, drove it to another bar, drank there, came out of my blackout, walked back to where I thought my car was.
At the previous bar.
At the previous place, and it wasn't there. And I was like, oh no, my car was stolen. I better call the cops. So I called the cops on myself because I didn't remember moving my car to another bar. I didn't remember that I just left that bar. Like, that's how I was like, wait, I'm just leaving the first bar. What the fuck? So then I call the cops. The cop picks me up, and he says, is there any other place that you could have went to tonight? And I said, I don't know, maybe Stella's. And he's like, okay, well, we'll drive over there and look for your car.
Oh, so this was here in Grand Rapids?
This was here in Grand Rapids. And then he points at my car and says, is that it? And I go, yep, that's it. And he's like, well, it terrifies me that you moved your car and don't remember doing so.
You did not get arrested?
I did not. But he's like, you should probably call a friend to come pick you up. And I said, can I just sleep in the car? I didn't want to inconvenience anybody. And then he's like, it's kind of cold out, man. Like, this was the nicest cop possible.
Dude, this is white privilege
See,
all up in here.
That's the easy go-to in the bit, so I don't ever want to mention it. But
okay.
I think I might have to, though. Like, it is, though. But also, I'm not like... Okay, here's the deal. I would say that it's white privilege, but also a white guy who's acting like an asshole, like a belligerent drunk, the guy would just be like, fuck it, get in the car, and then I'll wait for you to turn the key, and then I'll arrest you. Like, that's the weird thing about being an alcoholic, but like I was never the worst person to be around.
Drunk.
Yeah, I'm not picking fights with fucking trees outside. Like, I'm not being an asshole. I'm just being a very nice, understanding. I don't know. I mean, if he would have fucked me over, his whole thing in court would have been like, I don't know. He said he was going to sleep in the trunk, or he was in the trunk. Yeah, he said he was going to sleep in the trunk. So this guy's an idiot. But yeah, so my friend came and picked me up and whatever. But that was crazy. But I was so proud of myself. This is true. I was proud of myself for parallel parking correctly. Like, I crushed the parallel parking in a blackout.
As someone who hates parallel parking, I can do it, but I fucking hate doing it. Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm actually, like, parking in the parking structure next to the Bob. Because, like, I don't want to parallel park.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I found a lot, which, like a free lot, so I'm lucky on that. But, yeah,
Wait, you don't get, like, anything for hosting and working here?
I used to, but then they changed the... ticket taking things in the thing or whatever. I used to have a card that I'd like slide in and then that would give you the parking, but now they have like a wavy card. You wave it by the thing and then it's a sensor.
Lame.
But yeah, I can't get one now.
All right. Well, let's talk about the next phase of your life. Want to talk about
death?
No, that's for a future podcast.
Perfect. Good. Just when I'm on my deathbed.
Yeah, the deathbed podcast. No, let's talk about New York, New York.
Mm-hmm. The city's so gay they named it twice. I don't know.
The Big Apple.
The Big
Easy. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, I guess.
They never say what it is, though. You ever notice that?
Various things, actually.
If you can make a bagel here, you can make a bagel anywhere.
Yeah, you can be anything. You can become a big movie star, or you could be like that one character in the movie Midnight Cowboy.
It's a male prostitute. You were going to ask me for money?
Yeah. I don't want your ring. Okay, so when did you move to New York, and why did you move to New York?
I moved there in 2014, at the end of 2014, to try and really make this comedy thing happen. I felt like I had become a big fish in a small pond, and I was wrong. I didn't know everything that I should have known before I moved, so I always hear people saying that they wish they'd started in New York so they'd get better, but I think visiting is key. I think I visited a couple times before I moved, and I think if I would have stuck it out, like, and not been completely broke, I think I would be doing okay. But the MC position is the greatest thing I've ever done because I learned so much from it that now when I go out there, I'm able to handle any shit that's given to me on stage. I feel really confident in that now.
Okay,
so I'd like to go out there again.
Yeah, I'll just throw this in quickly, but as of last night, I finalized my trip to New York this summer.
Congratulations.
Yep.
You're going to love it.
Yep.
If coronavirus doesn't wipe out everybody first.
We can only hope.
Yeah, it's just you walking around like Cillian Murphy and 28 Days Later.
No, it'd be like we are, like I Am Legend.
Yes.
The cool book, not the shitty Will Smith adaptation.
Yeah.
Which had one of the worst final fight scenes I've ever seen.
Have you seen the alternate ending?
No, I haven't.
You should. That's the ending they should have used.
I mean, the ending for that was like, he just holds a grenade and then just to like a tackle against the glass and just blows up everything.
Yeah.
It's like, this is his legend. I'm like, what did he do? He just slammed into a glass and died.
It's fucking stupid. I hate that they ended it that way. The alternate ending is what I have on, I think it's DVD, but I bought 2 DVDs. There was a 2-pack because I'm 95 years old. But yeah, I bought that, and it's got the alternate ending on the second disc. That's the one that you gotta watch.
That's the kind of reality I would like to prefer to live in.
Mm-hmm.
The alternate reality.
Yes.
But yeah, going to New York for a week, got my hostel reserved, got my plane ticket.
Nice.
And yeah, my location is pretty good.
Where are you staying?
I forget the area that it's in, but it's at a place called Chelsea Hostel. Which at first I was like, Hotel Chelsea?
No.
Then I was like, wait, no, that's a hostel, but cool enough, it's affordable.
Is it Manhattan? It's not Manhattan. Is it Brooklyn? Do you remember the borough?
It's, if I remember the map right when I was looking up, it's close to the Empire State Building.
You're in Manhattan then. Okay,
Nice.
so it's right by there then.
I also looked and it's pretty close to a Greenwich Village or Greenwich Village, how you pronounce it.
Greenwich. That's where the Comedy Cellar is. So it's all very close. I mean, you're gonna walk a lot. I mean, I fucking love walking in the city. Love it.
So, yeah. So, what was your life like when you lived in New York?
I would get drunk all the time. I would sleep in too much, and I would not get a lot done. And then I would go to open mics at night, and then I would do the same thing the next day. And then I would come back to Michigan as my hub, and then I would go to other places. I'd take my car that was still here, and I'd take it to other places and do shows, and then I'd go back to Michigan, and then I would go back to New York. So it was self-defeating, but I also needed money.
Wow.
So that's what I
was about to say, how did you make money in New York?
I didn't for a while. I was doing this radio call-in thing where you'd call into radio stations and they pay you money.
Oh.
But I think iHeartMedia filed for bankruptcy, so I don't think it's ever going to happen again.
Wait, I thought they were still around.
They're pretty broke. So I don't think they can afford to pay out money.
God, I remember how big they were when they first came in the 2000s.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know how. I think Sirius XM's doing pretty good, though. I feel like more people have that than iHeart. Because you have to pay for the app for Sirius XM, but iHeart I think is free. Maybe? I don't care.
Yeah, I should ask, since this is always a big thing whenever I hear about New York. What was your living situation like, especially in terms of rent and space?
I paid $750 a month plus utilities, so it was about $100, so $850, and then had 3 other roommates. So they ended up moving to another place, those 3, and then without me, because they're like, you're gone too much. I'm like, well, I'm the best roommate possible because I'm gone and I'm still paying rent, but whatever. So then they found a new place, and then they were paying $1,000 each in a smaller place with 3 people. So and then one of them's not there anymore. I think 2 of them. Actually, I think all 3 are not living in New York City anymore.
I'm about to say, you still keep up with them even though they booted you?
No, barely. I don't talk to the other 2, and then one was a comic, but I don't think he's doing comedy anymore. So, yeah. Big old bummer. A lot of sadness. I feel like the happiest I've been has probably been in the last 3 minutes. So if we can just reflect on the last 3 minutes, that'd be great.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, this podcast is the highlight of your day, pretty much.
It's good. I'm going to bomb 3 shows tonight, so I don't care.
Oh, you got 3 shows tonight?
5:30, 8, and 10:30.
Oh, shit, dude. You got 3 shows, though.
Yeah. A lot of Republicans.
I only have one podcast.
That is true.
And I have only one chance to bomb it, which I'm currently doing.
I don't think so. I think we're crushing it.
Okay, so all right. So when you're in New York, the comedy scene, what was it like when you were there?
It's a lot. I visited in 2011, and then I visited again in 2013, and then I moved there in 2014. And then I went back and visited again in 2019, so last year, this time, February last year, 2019. Every time I go there, it is all different people. All different people at every open mic. It's always new people. And it makes sense. It's a continual crop of people trying to do it. And then the people that you become friends with and you follow, they end up getting some stuff. But it's not all of them. It's some of them. So you'll see like a success story here, a success story there, which is great, but it's very weird how it happens. Because some of the funniest people I know either don't do stand-up anymore, or, you know, they're married, or, you know, all that stuff. It's so crazy where you're like, why were you doing it to begin with? Like, it really does put in perspective what they value in life over you. Like, I still just love stand-up so much. So...
Yeah, were there any notable comedians or general personalities that you worked with or you interacted with when you were in New York?
There's a couple. I mean, I talked to Janeane Garofalo one night. I met Chris Rock. Talked to him for a second.
Nice.
Dave Attell, I've talked to him multiple times.
Oh, that, I would love to meet him.
He's great.
I was a big fan of Insomniac back in the day.
Yeah. He bought my bar tab, which was, he did not have to, he's like, I'll buy you a beer. And I go, no, you don't have to do that. He's like, come on, pussy. Like, it was pretty great. But that's the thing, too, is like all these people like that you meet, they won't remember you. And it's always fun to meet somebody, but it's even nicer to like have their number and be able to reach out to them and say, hey, I really enjoyed that special that you did.
Well, the thing with David Tell, too, is last I checked, he really likes to drink. So
yeah. He doesn't drink anymore, though. He's sober.
He doesn't.
Yep, he's been sober for the last... I think when he bought my beer tab, he was sober. 6 years?
Damn, he wasn't drinking, but he bought your tab.
No, I mean, we were talking, and he said, well, we were smoking, and said I'm a comic and all that stuff, so... But yeah. It's like, I hate doing that thing where you... Hey, it's so nice to meet you. I'm a comic. Like, I hate that. Like, where you lean out and shake.
I too am comic.
Yes, I too tell jokes.
Here's my website. Please check it out.
Here's a sticker of my album. I have one of those for you, by the way.
Here's my mixtape.
Here, there you go.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just I like to like have it happen.
You actually want to interact with like a human being, not just a big promotion machine.
Yes. I love that moment where they turn to you and they say something. Because you got your hand on their dick or something. No, I love because that happened with Chris Rock, that happened with Janeane Garofalo, and that happened with Dave Attell, where it's almost like if it was a movie, the shot would be on you, but it's like the camera's a little so you're to the right. And then the other person walks up and they come into frame, so now it's both of you together. That's the moment that I love. Where you're seeing this in a movie, they say something.
It wasn't like a freak out, like you look over.
Oh,
you're
no.
Chris Rock, holy shit.
He comes up and he's like, "Are you a comic?" And I go, "Yep, I'm going up after I think it's you and then one more and then me." And he's like, "Okay, good, cool, we'll have fun." And then he like walked on stage, did 45 minutes of new material. No energy, sat down, walked off and left. And it was like, it's so cool to just see someone be a person who you've never seen be a person before. Really interesting.
Very quickly, what do you think? Any predictions on his upcoming film? The Spiral, I think it's called?
Oh, it's the Saw.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I haven't watched the trailer.
Because I'm used to Chris Rock in comedic roles.
Yeah.
Not serious horror film roles.
I know it's inspired by Saw. I think it's the same universe, but it's like not Jigsaw. I don't know anything about it, and I don't want to know anything about it. I have stopped watching trailers, and it's the best decision I've made. I go into every movie blind, and it makes every movie 1,000 times better.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec.
Oh, boy.
But, okay, so done all this in New York. When did you leave?
I left in 2015. I didn't last long, but I
came... 1 year.
Yeah, I came back to do some stuff in, I think, December. So I left in November, came back to Michigan in December, and then got a new car, drove down to Florida because I didn't have any money. I had to get a new car because it was like the other one wasn't going to make it. I couldn't afford a plane ticket. I had to drive this new fucking car from a lot. And then, like a used car lot, or a dealership, so it was very expensive. Jesus Christ, who cares? So I get down to Florida. I've maxed out credit cards trying to, get money for gas. And then I get down there, I check into the hotel, I do the shows, I get paid on Saturday night. I take a screenshot of the check just to put it into my account so I don't, hit zero, which I was at zero. So I had like up to 300, I think it was. But those next 3 weeks, it's just like getting as much money as I could from doing the shows. And then driving to all these places in Florida. And then I drove back, and then my dad's like, you probably shouldn't go back to New York. And I go, okay. And I just stayed and lived there. Had all my stuff in storage. Yep. I think about it a lot, and I'm upset. Because if I would have went back, I would have had my job, but now that job is gone. I worked at a restaurant, which sucks that the place is gone, but then I would have had to get a new job, and, I probably wouldn't have made it past that, but who knows?
All right, well, when you left it, did, your style of comedy change, or your outlook on the genre changed?
I genuinely don't know. I know I'm better than I was, but I don't know how things have changed. Because I know if you listen to my first album, that's when I was living in New York. I recorded it in Michigan, but that's when I was living there. And that's definitely changed.
Okay.
Because I was drinking.
Actually,
but now
wanted to get to that because, that is a surprise for me then, because you did release one album, your first album, 2015, Perspectives, and I thought it was recorded in New York.
No, it's recorded in at Louis in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Yep, it's recorded at Louis.
I am shocked. Seriously, I am. I thought it was New York you recorded.
Nope. A lot of editing, put it all together, and yeah.
Yeah, was this your first attempt at making an album?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was very drunk because I was nervous. I did an hour and 17, and then cut it down to 52 minutes. I think that's how long it is. Yeah.
Yeah, something around there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not too proud of it. There's some really good moments on there, but I just wish that there was more of a crowd. There was maybe 14 people, and it's a lot of comics too, so I'm not particularly proud of it, but it's still some of the the audience interactions and stuff like that. I really see Bullet Biter as a bridge between the first and the third album. There's one bit that's on Bullet Biter that's on Perspective, and I think that the third album will have maybe all new bits and then maybe one thing that's on both or something like that. Yeah.
There's one thing that really interests me because this, aside from meeting you at a holiday bar,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're Garrett, I'm Garrett too.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing when I first got into you that I really found interesting was with this album and Bullet Biter is that they're both independent releases. You release them yourself through CD Baby, Bandcamp, and this is something I want to ask you. Is, like I said, I'm a writer, and most of my stuff goes under the self-publishing umbrella, which I'm become more proud of over the past few years. And also, I'm a big music guy, and a lot of friends and bands I like are independent. They put out their own stuff. But one thing I kind of noticed with comedy is that, and please correct me if I'm wrong here or if I'm just overlooking stuff, but I really generally don't see that same DIY, self-publishing, independent spirit when it comes to comedy as opposed to writers and musicians.
Well, it's mainly because people, if you get on a label, your odds of getting on Sirius XM go up, so therefore you get more money because it's $40 a stream or something, or a rotation, they call them at radio. But so that's where people's money comes from, and you're going to get that if you get on a label. But I don't care. So, I have to submit it to XM, and that should happen pretty soon. But and then the nice thing too is about releasing your own stuff. You own it; it's yours. You own it. All CD Baby does is just distribute it. They don't own it. They don't collect anything. You pay them one time, and that's it.
Yeah. Are there any other comedians that you know of that take the same approach as you do?
Oh, not that I can think of offhand. I know.
I know fellow comedian, co-host of This Better Be Good, Mike Logan, is recording an album later this year, I think.
He's recording it at the Listening Room in Studio Park. So
new venue too, by the way.
It's beautiful in there. I'm on his show. I don't know when this goes up, but I'm on his birthday show at the Knickerbocker, and then in March I'm on his show at the Listening Room.
Oh, I plan on putting this up next Wednesday, so
perfect.
It'll be relevant.
Yeah. So hey, tomorrow night, everybody, you can come see me at 10 p.m. at the Knickerbocker, New Holland, in Grand Rapids.
All right, so
sorry.
Yeah, so when it comes to perspective, how has the reception been for that?
Not good. I mean, I think some people have really enjoyed it, but it's just like it's grimy. It's not put together well, and the jokes weren't there. I just wanted to put something out so I could sell it, and I regret it because I don't think I took it seriously enough. I should have just scrapped it and then tried to record another one later because, and then, anyway, so I recorded the whole thing and then I edited it when I was in New York. I would go to the coffee shop and I would edit. And,
is that the cover too, by the way? Is that from New York?
Yes, there was an open mic I was at, it was a showcase show, but people could sign up to go on maybe. Oh. And then there were just a bunch of papers. So I was like, this is going to be fun. So I just wrote my name on all of the papers and then took a picture of it. And I was
I did see that cover, but when I listened to the album on Bandcamp, it was the one
different cover.
Yeah, you were at a cafe.
I wish that could have been the cover. That is my favorite because it was at this place that had bagels. It was a breakfast place, but that's where I was standing, and then in the next thing is where you could eat everything. Oh, okay. And the art was so beautiful, and I just love the idea of perspective. I'm far away, like it's so self-explanatory. But the picture wasn't big enough, so I couldn't use it for official distribution. So
on Bandcamp, at least.
It can work on Bandcamp, but it can't work on
CD Baby.
iTunes. CD Baby wouldn't accept it; it was too small.
Yeah,
so that sucks.
All right, so folks, you can find that album on all those platforms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really sold Perspective well. You can. That's the thing about Bandcamp. If you want it, you can pay what you want. And Spotify, if you have Spotify, it's on there for free. You can just get that for free. Apple Music, if you have that, it's all free. It's all free streams. Yeah. So,
very quickly, everyone, if you want to check out my spoken word album, Live in Chicago, you can download it for free at Bandcamp or on the Internet Archive for free.
Oh, you're on Internet Archive.
Oh, yeah. That's the first place I ever put up podcasts on. And, of course, it's also all available for free on YouTube. So yeah, check out my shitty spoken word album, which was recorded with this sweet baby right here that we're recording with now.
I'm pulling up that now. How do you spell your name? Is it 2 R's, 2 T's?
2 R's, 1 T.
2 R's, 1 T, and then Schul.
SCH.
Yep.
UE.
Ooh.
LKE. And then Live in Chicago.
Perfect. Live in Chirac. Cool. All right, I'll pull that up.
Hold up, Spike Lee.
My EP. Here we go.
Yep, which features a real photo from one of the open mics I went to.
Look at you. So different. Your hair's so short. Is it?
Yeah, I know. This was from 2017.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
all right.
Basically all I did was go around. What started in 2017 is that I finally got enough time at my day job where I could spend a week at a time someplace.
Yes.
And I love Chicago. I've been going there stay since 2010. Mm-hmm. So I kind of decided my first year to spend another week there. During that time, I just went to a shit ton of open mics, poetry readings, any place I could find, read, recorded myself, then put it on there.
So how has the reception been for that? Have you heard from people?
Not really, actually.
Have you It's not on what it's on Bandcamp and then also Archive and then
YouTube.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. 5-star that, folks.
Yes, please give a rating. Give a rating to everything. Anything that you watch, give a rating.
Yep.
Anything that you listen to, give a rating. Helps.
All right. So post New York, well, it's been about 5 years now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2020.
Yeah. So
I came back with my tail between my legs, and I tried to quit drinking a couple times, and then finally did in 2018. So I've been sober for 2 years and 2 months, almost 3 months. No,
congratulations.
Almost 2 years and 2 months. Sorry. But yeah, so it's been a ride. I took the MC position about a couple months after it was official that I was back here. So September of 2016, I'm pretty sure I took it over. So.
Yep. And how has the experience been being the MC here?
It's been great. The pay is good. It's a steady job. I've learned a lot. I've learned how to handle crowds effectively, and I don't know. I mean, I've written so many jokes about the experience of emceeing or inside baseball stuff about comedy from doing this and observing the room itself and stuff like that. And a lot of those jokes are on the new album Bullet Biter. But yeah, I mean, it's invaluable. That's the word, right? It's invaluable how much I've learned.
Yep. And let's get right up to that moment. Bullet Biter, the EMCEE Sessions.
Oh yeah.
You released it last year?
Yep, December of 2019.
First of all, what's the title meaning?
So basically, if you're the MC of the show, you're going up 0. A lot of people are like, I don't want to go up first. And it's like, okay, well, you're going up first. I'm going up 0. No one cares at all about the MC. So I figured we're recording the shows, so I might as well mix them together to make it sound like one seamless show. So it's an hour and 15 minutes of MC sets all tied together. So it's just a lot of the crowd not caring, not listening, heckling, but also laughing, paying attention, and loving it. So it's the best and the worst of emceeing. And so you're the bullet biter. You hop on the grenade, you get all the talking out of the way, so by the time the next comic goes on, they're like, I like this comic better. You're setting the stage for everybody else that's coming on the show.
All right, so was this recorded more in one show?
No.
More in one show, or?
I'd say it uses, I want to say 50 shows. It's a lot of editing, but yeah.
Damn, how many tracks are on this?
25.
Damn, so you cut
half,
down by half.
Well, half the beginning, it's probably more than 50 shows, but the beginning is mostly crowd work, and then the end is mostly jokes. So, it's an hour, almost an hour and 20, which is almost what a real show is. So you can tell that it's not all one show.
Yeah. Do you record all your performances?
Mm-hmm. In some way or another.
Okay, because
on my phone, or I video camcord it.
Okay, because the only other comedian that I know around here that says he does that is Michael Bustler.
Yeah, I believe that because he's one of the most consistent comics in Grand Rapids.
Oh yeah,
he's so good. Yeah, I'm not, but he. Yeah,
oh come on,
it's definitely a thing that you should do. If any comics out there, I highly suggest recording yourself because you never know when you're going to be like, oh fuck, how did that joke go? It's bombing. It's been bombing the last 10 times I've done it. How did it go that one time that it worked? Well, now you can go and listen to the set, and you can realize, oh, that's because I farted while I told it. That's the reason.
Yeah, but was this album intended to be like that? Like, did you go out and think okay, I'm gonna record all these shows, and then I'm gonna put them into one album?
Seth was the assistant manager here at the club in that time, in 2016, 2017. I think he left 2018. But he was recording the shows with his he was recording a podcast here, and then I said, well, why don't you hook up the thing to the mic in the room and record the shows too? And then, so he started doing that, and he rigged up microphones up there. They're right next to each other, which is stupid, but other than that, but
he appreciates the criticism.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. But he recorded all the shows, and now I was thinking about it. I'm like, I should do something with this audio because it's so many shows. So I figured I would do that. My earliest idea for it was doing 6 different 10-minute chunks on the album. So, the first chunk, it would be like chapters. So chapter 1, Thursday, 8 o'clock. Chapter 2, Friday, 8 o'clock. Chapter 3, Friday, 10:30. Chapter 4, Saturday, 5:30. I'd include the 5:30. And then 8 o'clock and 10:30. Those are the last. So 6 chapters and then split in that way. So it's 60 minutes. And I was like, I don't like that. It's too easy for me. I would just find... It's so easy that I would just find 6 sets that went well and then use those. And I'm like, this is fucking boring. So then I was like, I'm going to take the best and the worst parts. Like me blowing up on the crowd, that's on there. I wanted it to be an exact representation of who I think I am right now as a performer. And I already feel like I'm moving past it. Like it seems like something that's in the past now. I've put my stamp. Not to toot my own dick, but just...
I don't think that's how the saying goes.
I couldn't give 2 gays. So I think I've put my stamp on comedy history because this is the first instance of this ever happening. No one has ever released an MC CD before. No one has ever owned the fact that they've MC'd a show, let alone. And it's the editing is just, it's top notch. So I'm very proud of myself for it. It's a lot of pride coming out of me.
Yeah, this just popped in my head while you were explaining this. I would say Bullet Biter's better than this album, but okay. Also, you know who Andrew Dice Clay is, right?
Oh yeah, The Day the Laughter Died.
Yep,
that was another inspiration. I forgot about that one.
For people who don't know, The Day the Laughter Died is a album by Andrew Dice Clay, the Hickory Dickory Dock guy. And basically he did an entire set where I think he intentionally just told shitty jokes and bombed.
It's 2 shows. It's recorded.
Oh, 2 shows.
Yeah, it's 2 shows. It's recorded at Dangerfields in New York City. And
is that place still around?
Yeah, that's where I met Chris Rock.
Nice. That's one place I'm gonna go then.
It's bad. It's real bad. It's
really?
The worst club in the city. But I was getting guest spots.
Rodney Dangerfield Club's the worst?
Oh, it's fucking bad. It's fucking bad. Either that or Comic Strip Live. I don't know if that's still open, but I've heard that that's bad.
Okay,
but The Day the Laughter Died is insane because it is him bombing. It's like not going well, and that was a big inspiration for me too. I actually, if you want to listen to a playlist on Spotify that I have, it's called Bullet Biter, The Inspiration Sessions, and that's a bunch of tracks that have inspired me musically or creatively, comedy-wise. And then my album sprinkled throughout there, too, if you want to preview. But, yeah, I forgot to put The Day the Laughter Died on there, because that's such a big influence.
Yeah, I actually first heard that album through a Joe Rogan experience. And then, God, I forget the guest. It was one of his, best friends he always has on.
Oh, it's not Ari Shaffir.
Who is doing very well these days.
Oh, yeah, he's doing wonderfully. You shit on Kobe Bryant one time, and...
Then you lock your tweets up.
God. I'm sorry. One more thing I wanted to say was... There is something... So that album is set up as, he's bombing, basically, and he's trying to, eat just shit. But there's something beautiful in being a person... listening to a comedy album and being like, what the fuck is wrong with this crowd? And then also other moments on the album sitting there being like, I feel like I'm here right now. Like if you listen to it with headphones in, you feel like I can close my eyes and be in the room. This is great. And I wanted Bullet Biter to have both of those things.
Yeah. That's when I first heard that album was on Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan and whoever he had on. I think it was that guy who does the Church of What's Going On.
Oh, Joey Diaz.
Yeah, I think it was him and Diaz.
The Church of What's Happening Now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, they were talking about the album, then they played like some clips from it and were just geeking out over it.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so funny how bad it is.
Oh, jeez.
But it was that. It's like that novelty. You don't see that often. Compilation concept albums. So
yeah.
actually, once right when I released Bullet Biter, Moshe Kasher came out with one. It's called the Crowd Surfing Sessions or something like that, and it's all crowd work stuff too. But I'm like, I beat you. And he's also a headliner, so it's different. You know, no one's owned the MC thing. So
yeah. So how has the reception been for this album?
it's been good. Streams have been consistent. I got on a couple playlists, and people have been listening to those on Spotify. Those are really the only numbers I'm able to check. Apple Music, I don't think anyone uses Apple Music, so I'm not concerned about that.
I think they're shutting down.
I wouldn't be surprised. And, I mean, the thing that I will say this, I think it's a conspiracy. This is my real one. The thing that's bullshit about Apple Music is that iTunes still exists. You can still buy things on iTunes, and that's how you support artists. So if I share the iTunes link to go buy Bullet Biter, people are automatically redirected to Apple Music to use Apple Music and stream it for free. So they're taking money out of people's pockets, which is funny because I don't think, like, do they make more money from stream? Like, what was the point in them even doing that? They take $4 for every 10 that people would spend on Bullet Biter. So what the fuck? Whatever. They're stupid. So.
Yeah, not you. He's not talking about you.
No, I am. Josh is stupid.
Josh, everyone. Okay, so...
Wow, he farted over there. Did you guys hear that?
Nice. So, okay. Any plans for upcoming album?
Yeah, I got a couple ideas in the tank. I don't want to talk too much about them, but one would be called Vagabond, because I want it to be recorded in not Michigan. I just want to not be here, and I want to call it Vagabond.
I thought you were going to go for like a homeless theme or something.
No, I mean, I know vagabond means homeless, but just the idea of like nomad, it's that kind of like wayfaring stranger or whatever it's called. But I really should look up the definition of vagabond and make sure that it's not strictly
I was say that's
homeless.
a Jack White song, Wayfaring Stranger.
Yeah.
Off the Cold Mountain soundtrack. God, I can't believe I know that.
I don't blame. I know a lot of random shit,
Yeah.
like cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
No, everyone knows that. Along with Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I do know that one. Killer Clowns, KK.
But surprisingly, no one knows of a movie called I Drink Your Blood. I'm the only one that knows this thing, apparently.
I Drink Your Blood. Is that a vampire movie?
No, it's about these satanic, insane hippies who come to this town and like fuck with the residents.
Okay.
They eventually kidnap and fuck around with this old man. They give him LSD, and he's just freaking out. And his grandson gets revenge on the hippies by basically infecting them with rabies via plants. And then the hippies become rabid and they start killing everyone around town.
Who directed this?
I have no clue.
What year is it from?
Like the 70s, I think.
Wow.
70s, something around there.
That's like a perfect grindhouse film.
It is.
I Drink Your Blood.
Yeah, originally it's going to be called hydrophobia, I guess, because like people with rabies, I guess, don't like water or something.
That's a dumb title.
Yeah, I know. So they called it I Drink Your Blood.
Well, it sounds like a spiritual sequel to I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, it's vastly different. I Spit on Your Grave is way better.
Oh, wow. This is bad? It's not like
It's a bad film.
Is it a bad good movie?
Yeah,
like
it's a bad good movie.
Okay.
I mean, the double showing back in the day was like, I Drink Your Blood with I Eat Your Skin.
Fuck, dude. I Eat Your Skin. How weird is that? That's worse. That sounds worse.
I've never seen that one.
I hope not. I Drink Your... I'm going to type that in. But, so you were saying...
Okay, so yeah, that was the next album.
Oh, yeah. I want to do that. I want to do a special at some point so I can put visual bits from all the albums together. Because there's the Judy Crispin bit that's on there, but it's such a visual bit, and it goes longer too. Like it's a truncated version on Bullet Biter. But if you see me live, you'll get the full experience. I want to do a special. I want to do all these things, and it's like if you're self-producing, you got to put the money up, So
Yep.
just getting that all together.
All right, let's go to another realm of comedy. We're in the home stretch here.
Okay.
Podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
You, sir, are the co-host of 2 podcasts.
I am.
Yep. The Carrot podcast with fellow comedian Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah, he's not a comedian. He's just
He
a
isn't?
elementary school friend of mine, but we've known each
okay.
other for years and years and years.
Close enough.
He could be considered a writing partner. He's super great.
All right, and I'll get my facts right on this one. And also, this better be good with a fellow comedian, Mike Logan.
That is true.
Yep. So how did you get into podcasting initially?
Yeah, I think 2011 or something is when my friend Kevin and I started recording stuff. I had a microphone, so we did it. And, yeah, I was just interested in doing that. Put one up on our archive. And then, yeah, I mean, it kind of just festered for a while. And then we started doing another version of the Carrot podcast. It's called Carrot because his name's Kevin, mine's Gerrit, Kerrit. But it's just conversations between 2 friends who have been friends forever, and we're very, very funny. So it's we're really funny.
We assure
together.
you we're funny.
It's very true. I mean, the first ones are like serious. I feel like we're still trying to get our footing, but then we really, kick it into high gear. Just a couple of goofballs,
Yeah,
and then
pretty much talk about anything.
Yeah, free floating conversation. We have some guests on there, friends of ours from high school as well. So those are always fun. And then This Better Be Good. It's more of Mike and I were just talking one day in front of a friend of mine from high school, and then the guy's like, wow, I just listened to you guys talk for 10 minutes about a movie. I would love to hear that as a podcast. And we're like, well, shit, I guess we should. So then the next week we got together, talked about a movie, went and saw the movie, and then talked about it again after, and then that became This Better Be Good.
Well, before we get on to that, okay, so we already know what the Carrot podcast is about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and This Better Be Good is a straight-up movie review podcast.
Yeah.
Which, I listened last night to the Sonic the Hedgehog episode.
Did you like it? Did you see Sonic?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I have big opinions on that.
Ooh, please tell me.
Okay, you want me to interrupt this flow with that?
If you want to. It's up to you. Did you
it's
hate
fine.
it?
No, I loved it, actually.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, here's the thing about it. I've always been a Sonic fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so much that he was, like, actually my first hero growing up.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Most people say, like, their dad or a teacher or something.
Sonic the
No, mine was
Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I was him for Halloween one year, I just remembered.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I've been kind of waiting for this all my life in a way.
Oh.
And I was actually got very scared when they show up the first previews with with that awful design,
It's
creepy design,
Truly terrifying. His teeth and the eyes
and the
everything.
hands, the
Yeah.
legs.
It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, and thankfully they changed it up, which is probably, if they even kept the same tone and story that they did with the old one, I think it would not have worked like with the new design.
Well, I think I want to say that they kept everything the same, because there's even parts where they're talking about he's like a humanoid hedgehog, I think. Like they're saying that kind of stuff.
Technically, he kind of is.
Yeah.
I mean,
But they just made him too human. Like, it's fucking weird. So I think they kept all the same stuff and didn't change tone-wise. But they
Yeah.
just changed the design
I
of
mean,
him.
he's already creepy enough as, like, I think he's a preteen in this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, spoiler alert, everyone. We're going to spoil parts of the movie.
He has
in
a
the
wet dream.
No, in the beginning of the film, they show Baby Sonic.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Baby Sonic in, like, his original design there? Oh, God.
That's even more terrifying. Yeah, that's a good point. When I saw that in the theater, I was just like, I mean, thank God this one doesn't have teeth. It's
Oh,
like
God.
individual teeth. Ugh.
This is a review podcast now.
Oh, you're good.
So overall, I like the movie. It's a kid's film.
Yep.
And I like how they handle it, because in the iterations of Sonic that we know now, he's cool, he's suave, he's got an attitude, fastest thing alive. And he's a teenager, too. I think God, I'm such a nerd. I've watched videos on this.
No, you're
I think,
good.
I think it is, the modern Sonic is like mid-teens, like he's 16 or something.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I would say this Sonic is like, at very least, a preteen Sonic.
I'd say he's like 12.
Yeah, so
12
so
sounds good.
so he's got an attitude, he's got the snark, but he doesn't have like the cool confidence or anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I see how that connects with little kids.
Yep.
So
It's harmful, or harmful. No, it's harmless, innocent fun.
yeah.
And I think that it's got enough laughs to keep you interested. I think it's I'm still surprised it was good. Like, it's not the best movie ever, but it's what it should have been. It was fun.
In terms of video games movies, I would
It's
say it
up
is
there.
one of the best.
Yep.
And yeah, and actually the whole concept of Sonic going to the real world isn't like a new thing. Like there's another YouTube video called like the history of Sonic films.
Yeah.
I guess like one of the first major ones that almost got lifted off the ground was Sonic coming out of the Sega Saturn game he was in and coming into the real world.
Dumb.
Yeah, and
They always try and do it with like video games coming
I
to
know,
real life.
I know, and you remember a show called Sonic X? Anime?
No, I never watched it.
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
It's an anime where Sonic and his friends get transported to the real world. He makes friends with a kid named Chris Thorndike, which is this awful fucking character. Like, he's one of the most annoying anime characters ever.
Chris Thorndike.
It's awful.
What, was Thornberry taken? Come on.
Oh god, I was gonna do an imitation of that guy. But I can't remember his saying though.
I can't remember it either. Nigel Thornberry?
Yeah. Jinkies. No,
That's
wrong.
Scooby-Doo.
God damn it. I hated that show back then
What
too,
was
whatever.
What was the kid? What did his no, the little animal thing? Is that what he sounded
that was
like?
a monkey.
Oh yeah, it was like a monkey kid.
Okay, so
Yeah, back to this.
so anyway, the whole concept of Sonic going into the real world isn't like a new thing, but somehow, yeah, I guess they made it work.
It worked so well with the rings. That's all you had to do. The first thing that you see, you're like, oh, that makes sense. That's all a movie is. Just make it make sense.
Yeah, and they're comparing obviously to Detective Pikachu,
Which was shit. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh man, I hated it. It was so like the plot of Sonic is like it's a quest to get the rings, basically.
It's apples and oranges almost if you compare the two.
Yeah.
I mean, Detective Pikachu is like your murder mystery, thriller, conspiracy. It's actually really dark if you look at it.
It is. But I hated the end where, I mean, I don't know if we want to spoil it for people.
Fucking spoil it.
All right, the end where Ryan Reynolds is the voice, but it's like
he's the
dad, which is like you didn't recognize your dad's voice in fucking Pikachu. The whole movie unraveled for me in that moment. I was like, this is fun and serviceable enough. I'm also not a big Pokemon fan, so I have that going against it. But also,
I used to be a big Pokemon fan, but unlike Sonic, it has not persisted to my 32-year-old self.
Sonic is just so fun. But yeah, so then the idea that Ryan Reynolds is like he's actually the dad, it's like come the fuck on, like, and the camera's purposely not showing him the whole time, and you're like, that's Ryan Reynolds. And then it's like, it was the voice too, and it's just, it completely unraveled for me.
Yeah.
And not a good movie anymore.
Yeah, but Detective Pikachu was a darker film, whereas Sonic the Hedgehog is a lighter, comedy, road trip buddy film, as you said in the review. And the only other difference between Detective Pikachu is that since they had way more Pokemon stuff in there, I think they had more of a chance to show off the CGI.
Yes.
Whereas with Sonic, it's really not that much. It's just Sonic.
Yep. The CGI is very good in Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. That's actually the darkest moment, and no one knows this except for me, because I'm the raging socialist here, is that when they were talking about getting Eggman, Dr. Robotnik / Eggman, they were mentioning all his achievements, and they mentioned that he wiped out 2 countries. So, in this universe, Dr. Eggman's a war criminal. It's like, yeah, let's send him over to this small town and find his hedgehog.
Well, that's not white genocide. That's just genocide.
That's hedgehog genocide. Blue genocide.
There we go.
Blue lives matter.
Oh, no.
Not the different blue lives here.
Bright blue lives matter.
Hedgehog lives. But,
But Tails is orange.
No, I'm not getting into this debate again.
Gold? What color is Tails?
It's like a yellow or something. But yeah, Jim Carrey was good as the role.
I thought he was fun.
Yeah, I could see how much he toned it down compared to like his more adult comedic films. Like the famous line where he's like, "Give me a big fat break."
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm thinking like, if this was me, myself, and Irene, he'd probably be like, "Give me a fucking break."
Yeah, exactly.
But then people are criticizing it, like, Jim Carrey, he doesn't look like it. I'm like, first of all, it's a video game character. How can you get perfect there?
Yeah,
and then second, I was considering like, who could do better, like Adam Sandler?
Yeah, we need a fat guy. It's just like, well, I thought
Kevin James.
Yeah, Kevin James could do it, but
or
he sucks.
Seth Rogen as Eggman. Oh, Sonic! In that scene where he's like analyzing the Sonic's quill, instead of dancing around like Jim Carrey, he just Seth Rogen, Robotnik, just gets high.
Well, let's figure out this thing. I can't do a Seth Rogen at all.
Well, if
sounds
you
like
play,
you can.
People tell me I look like Seth Rogen, or also Patrick Stump, the lead singer of Fall Out Boy.
Oh, okay. I can see that. It's the glasses.
I actually went on a date with a girl once because she thought I looked like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was good up until the end. It's kind of a shit show. I've never seen her since.
Oh, no.
But
well, glad I brought. We're both sad. That's how you want to end this. We're both sad.
No. So anyway, I overall enjoyed the film. I'm glad that it's doing good. And I can't wait for a sequel because
that's what I thought too.
The ending, spoiler, is Tails comes out and he's searching for Sonic.
Yep.
You know what? I will predict the next plot for the movie. You ready?
Sure.
This is based on everything that we saw from film. Okay, Tails finds Sonic. Explains to him that his mother, the owl thing, was not killed, but taken captive by the Echidnas. Sonic and them go to save it, faces off against Knuckles.
Hell yes.
And it's basically going to be like similar plot to like Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3, where they have to go to the floating island and all that. So then they do the battle. Probably some shit about how, like, well, we try to kidnap you because you have this power, blah, blah, blah. Knuckles has this power too, so we're going to face you off.
Yeah.
And then, Eggman comes in, steals the Master Emerald and all that other shit. Then they have to team up, best friends. And then, Supersonic.
Okay.
There you go. The plot for the next Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
That's a lot crammed into it. I think that they'll be able to do it, though.
I know.
What, does James Marsden go with them, though?
Oh, God, you're right. He probably will be, because they got to keep the human aspect in there. It'd be like him and his wife, the pretzel lady, just fumbling around, and Sonic has to save them all the time. Like,
see that?
What's that? And then they fall down, and he has to save them.
The problem is, though, I mean, you bring the humans into it, and you're like, well, that just slowed down the story.
I know.
I really liked the idea of that.
Well, to older, more critical gentlemen such as ourselves, we would probably be angry at that. But for little kids, oh yeah, just to see Sonic do like the quick time slow down, like what you see with like the Flash and Quicksilver, which is a good addition, by the way.
Yes,
I'm glad they kept that in.
Well, what about he has like a similar thing to Mario, right? Where it's like he can't be hurt. Is that a thing? Like he can get a
No, he clearly ges hurt in there.
Yeah, but like.
But also, it's
it's
a kids' film, so it's not like they're going to show.
I meant in the game.
Oh, in the game,
doesn't he have like power things that he can like double up or something?
Well, yeah, he's got like shields and that, but his main thing is that he's got to keep rings. If he gets hit, the rings go, but then you got to collect them. Because if he doesn't have any, then he'll die.
Yeah.
And of course,
that's what it is.
And of course, he'll drown if he doesn't get air, no matter how many.
Dude, I hate those levels. Same with Mario. You're a plumber. How can you not swim?
Water levels are universally awful, but it's frightening with Sonic with the music.
It's terrifying.
It's like, holy shit.
And then his sound of him dying. It's just
Too
really
close
sad.
to home.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my review of Sonic the Hedgehog the movie.
I'm with ya. I agree.
Actually, tonight, Sonic the Hedgehog is my second week of movies.
Okay.
First, I saw Birds of Prey, which I liked.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
I hated it.
Okay.
I still do.
You know what?
That was another thing that was ruined for me by one aspect. Like, it was fine up until the one aspect that ruined it. And I'm like, I don't like the rest of this movie.
Okay, everyone, if you want to listen to that review, check
Yeah.
out This Better Be Good.
Yes, check out This Better Be Good.
And tonight, I'm going to be seeing Call of the Wild.
Oh boy, we're not seeing that. I think we should though.
should see
There's
it.
2 shitty movies that are coming out.
Really?
Well, that did come out.
I'm seeing Call of the Wild because I am a writer. Emphasize that, writer. Buy my shit. And Jack London is one of my big literary heroes. And
Do you think it'll be a good adaptation of his
I
work?
honestly don't. But it's one of those where it's like Harrison Ford, he's a good actor, but God, fucking CGI.
That CGI dog, dude. Looks
Like-
terrible.
So it's like, but it's Jack London. Call of the Wild is that and White Fang are like his 2 big works.
Oh yeah, White Fang.
Yeah, so it's like, fuck.
No.
Now I feel obligated to go see it.
Well, just wait for the reviews and
Nah, I got nothing else going on tonight after this anyway. You got 3 shows.
I do.
And I'm going to see a shitty CGI dog movie.
God.
All
Well,
right.
I just hope you enjoy it. Let me know how it is, and then
Okay.
maybe we'll go see that.
So this better be good then. Okay. I believe, at least with the Sonic episode, you guys are like 5 episodes away from
100, yeah. We have a couple more to do. We're still trying to figure out what 100 will be.
Yeah, so, so, okay, we talked about how you guys got together and got this show. What is, fuck, my chicken scratch.
Oh, you got. Maybe I can read it.
Oh, okay, so last one.
This better be good. Together to what's the criteria for
Yeah, what is the criteria for
Reviewing
for reviewing films on the podcast?
Oh, good question. I think it all depends on how we're feeling that day. It depends on your preconceived notions about what the film should be and will be, and how you feel about the rest of the franchise, if it's a franchise movie. It's all about your expectations. Going in, I want a movie to make sense. I hate when a movie has one character not say something to another character just so the movie can movie, you know? Where it's like if I told you something, but then I left out another part, but in real life I would have easily told you that other part, so we wouldn't have a conflict later on in the third act. Like, life isn't a third act, and I hate when movies are structured that way. Unless it makes sense. It's so simple to make something make sense in a film. You can do literally anything now. And that's the thing that upsets me the most. So, like, you know, Birds of Prey, there's a scene in there. Not Sonic, but Detective Pikachu, there's a scene in there. It's just like, it's so interesting. But anywho, I will acknowledge this. I'm a big old snob when it comes to movies. But then sometimes I'm also not a big old snob. Like, I like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I liked Jurassic World when I first saw it, and then I reflected on it, and I fucking hate it now.
So, when it comes to, like, you and Mike, like, you're the Roger, and he's, like, the Ebert. No, Roger was like...
They're the same person. Siskel.
Wait, God damn it.
Roper?
Fuck.
Well, I mean, we're both fat, so... No, I'm kidding.
God.
He's shredded.
Wow, I totally fucked up that reference.
That's fine.
Podcast over, everyone.
It took me a couple seconds, but yeah.
For what I understand, as you see, I'm such a big fan, I fuck up the reference. But wasn't that like the stereotype was that Ebert was like the
Stickler.
Stickler, you know, he's always critical. Whereas Siskel was like, I kind of liked it. I thought it was fun.
I think it depends on the movie too. But yeah, I would say he's more of a Siskel and I'm more of an Ebert. But at the same time, I mean, Ebert hated Blue Velvet, and Blue Velvet is my favorite.
All right. Oh, jeez.
It's my favorite
David Lynch.
David Lynch movie. Favorite David Lynch movie, Blue Velvet, easily.
I personally like David Lynch for all his great transcendental meditation.
Oh my god. Okay, you're gonna close your eyes real quick now. And just think about an empty room. Think hard and fast about a thrusting empty room.
No, empty room. Don't think of the short film Rabbits.
Inland Empire starts.
That's my first ever David Lynch film. Which was
What did you do to yourself?
I know. I was just getting into him, then I saw in Family Video. I'm like, oh, there we go. And I rented it. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's awful.
Yeah, it is
Eraserhead, I do not like.
Liked it.
I get it. I think, but it's so annoying.
I especially liked Rabbits.
I didn't see that one, but I know about
it's just
it.
a short film with like rabbits in like this room, and it's like really dark, ominous, ambient music. Mm-hmm. They open a door, like a demon screams at them.
Oh,
a lot of cut up William Burroughs-ish dialogue.
Interesting. I never finished Twin Peaks either, though.
Yeah, me neither.
I've heard it's great, but I mean, Blue Velvet is my favorite. Because he can do. The Elephant Man also is fucking incredible.
Love that one too.
I like Mulholland Drive.
I am not an animal. Yeah. I am a man.
I'm not an animal. I'm a human being. Yeah, but David Lynch. Why did we start talking about him?
God. Oh yeah. Ebert hated.
Yeah, Ebert hated Blue Velvet, but I love Blue Velvet. So it's all, and that's the thing too, is like it's all opinion. If you like a movie, that's fine. It used to affect me a lot, and now I just think that you're dumb if you like Fast and Furious.
There you go.
But Mike likes Fast and Furious movies, so we always debate about that.
Tell you, I can't wait for Vin Diesel's next flick based on another comic property.
Jesus fucking.
Which does not look awful in any way.
Bloodshot?
Yeah.
It looks.
Yeah, it looks fucking awful.
Yeah, you're being sarcastic, I can tell.
I'm not even a big Bloodshot fan. I know of the comic series, and it looks fucking awful.
It does.
Like, I mean, you can't make it, even especially with CGI these days, you can't make it so that Vin Diesel has completely white skin. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, did you see Upgrade?
No, I haven't.
That was great. Just if you, instead of seeing Bloodshot, see Upgrade. It's the same fucking movie.
Okay.
There's another movie that came out that's very similar to Upgrade. I can't remember what it is, but Upgrade is great. Like, that's the thing, too, is, like, people keep making the same movie over and over again, and it's like, well, maybe this one will be good. Maybe this one will be good. It's like, no, we've already had it, so just use that. That'll be good. Cut off on the ideas now.
Fast and Furious works for them.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Okay, so okay, you and Mike obviously have your views, your opinions. And yeah, you guys obviously get along since you're nearly 100 episodes into this podcast.
Yeah, I'd say we like each other.
Yeah, you're pretty good friends. Mm-hmm. But has there ever been like a conflict over a movie?
I think it got pretty heated when we were talking about Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh.
Fast and Furious present Hobbs and Shaw.
You see, they put the present in there, so it's like a side story.
Yeah.
Get it?
It's dumb. But he and I will we'll talk over each other a lot. He'll be talking, and then I'll start saying something, and then he's like, "Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say." So that kind of gets heated. I don't know. Things happen, but it's like you can't let it get to the friendship. What other movie? Hold on, I'll look. Boop 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 boop.
Oh yeah, I did love the main theme song of the Sonic film. Speed Up,
yeah,
I think it's called, with Ty Dolla Signs.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I thought I would, but I didn't hate it.
At least it's a better trap song than the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Mm-hmm. What? I mean, I can't remember the one that we... Oh, we had a pretty big not a blowout, but over Toy Story 4.
Toy Story.
Because he really liked the message of it, and I said that the message was something that he didn't interpret. We interpreted it differently.
Ooh.
And, which is funny because that's what the movie is doing. It has two different interpretations of what you're supposed to be looking at. But
so it's pretty deep.
It's pretty deep. But I said that I didn't relate to the movie as much because I'm not at that stage in my life. So the Toy Story movies work where you're aging with them, basically. So the third one, you're getting older, you're putting your toys away, you're growing up, you're moving on. And that's what the essence of the third one is, and it's incredibly sad and depressing because that's the point that I was at in my life when I watched it. Toy Story 4 is about having children and growing up and, getting married and moving on in that kind of direction. And it's like, well, I don't have kids. I don't want to get married. I don't have any of that stuff going on. So I can't fully relate to it. But then there's other characters in the thing that are like, you don't need to have these things. And I'm like, I'm with that. And then Mike is like coming from the perspective of like, well, I have a daughter, and I think that that's what, that's who this movie's for. And I'm like, but it's also not, though. It's saying that you don't have to have those things. That's the essence. You can do what you want to do. That's the plot of the movie. But I don't relate to the other aspect that you're saying, like that kind of thing. So that became kind of a conversation.
Okay.
But go check out the Toy Story 4 episode, everybody. It's really good.
Check out all the episodes of it, which
Yes.
you can find on Spotify and Anchor.
Yep.
Along with this podcast.
It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all those good things.
So
Stitcher.
Overall, how has the reception for the podcast been?
It's been good. I mean, I wish people would write reviews. That's pretty much it. And 5 stars and stuff like that. Share it with their friends. I feel like our listenership's been going down. But it all depends on the movie that people are seeing and stuff like that, too. So,
all right. Well, we're 2 hours in.
Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah, dude, and you got a show at 5:30, right?
I do.
What is it now? Like
3:35.
Oh, shit. Well, there's a topic of conversation right there. Not conversation, no. There's a topic for your stand-up, though.
Oh, perfect.
Like, hey, guys, I was supposed to give you my all at this 5:30 slot, but I spent 2 hours talking to this guy.
It's fine.
Who couldn't even tell what Ebert and Roper were two different words. We're supposed to be two
I thought we
different
were
things.
Siskel or
Siskel.
You said Roper. That's
Yeah.
funny. It's Ebert. Isn't it like A.O. Scott and Roper now, or that?
I honestly have no clue.
Who cares? It's 4 fat guys.
Who cares?
And, I'm kidding.
As opposed to this podcast where it's 2 fat guys.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah. That's pretty much it.
So there we go. I think we should end this podcast. I think we've talked about everything.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to everybody listening, and I hope that you enjoy the things that I put out into the world, and I hope I leave a legacy.
Well, let's do that promo. Anything you'd like to advertise? Upcoming shows? Projects?
You said this goes out Wednesday?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night I'm at that show at the New Holland in Grand Rapids, 10 o'clock p.m., and then next week, Laugh Fest starts. So I'll be hosting the Clean Comedy Showcase at Dr. Grins Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you guys want to get tickets to that, I think late shows are still available. Ton of stuff going on with Laugh Fest. LaughFestGR.org. You can check that all out. Maria Bamford's going to be here. I love her. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to be at Mike Logan's show at the Listening Room at Studio Park. So that's the end of March. But you should check that out. I'm opening for Dave Stone. I love Dave Stone. Very funny. So
Yeah, what's your website?
GerritElzinga.com. GerritElzinga.com.
And you're on Facebook?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Twitter is at Gerrit Elzinga. Instagram is at Gerrit 2 underscores Elzinga. So if you're doing all this, I mean, just look. We live in such a connected society now. You can Google my name, and all of these things can come up. Even if you spell it incorrectly, it'll come up. Elzinga. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone, that'll be all in the show notes. Thanks for listening.
That's a lot of typing.
I'll copy and paste that shit.
Thank God.
Yep. And thank you, everyone, for listening. This is your first time. You can check out previous episodes on Anchor, Spotify, Radio 1, Breaker, Internet Archive, YouTube for now, and Mixcloud.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. I pretty much find anything that I could just put on for free, not have to pay for a subscription.
That's good.
Because I'm too poor for that shit. Mm-hmm. And it pisses me off when they say it's free, and then it's like, you have gone over 3 hours.
Yeah, that's such SoundCloud's like that.
Yeah,
you
I know.
Pay $75 or whatever.
That's why I got off there.
Ugh.
Anyway, so yeah, check it out all on there. Well, for everything else, I'm on Twitter at Garret Schuelke. Podcast has our own official Twitter at Schuelke Podcast. We're on the Facebook. Well, the page is I'm currently banned, my main account. Thank God for alt accounts. And of course, buy all my books. Buy my shit, people. Please buy my shit. You really help me out. Buy Garrett's stuff. Help him out. And there you go. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Garret, for taking time to be on.
Of course. I'm following you on Twitter right now.
Follow both.
Yes.
All right, folks. That's it. Have a good night. And here's the outro song.
Good night and good luck.
Morning you spent opening your veins, hoping spill create something beautiful like warm summer rain. I spent the evening dismantling my instincts, trying to convince myself I don't care more than anything about whatever you think. I sat and listened to your heart sing about the way that mine is filled with terrible things. Used all of the next day throwing pennies into a well. Pretty prelude before we dove over the edge ourselves, till I woke up soaking wet. Bed of someone whose name escapes me as easily as my temperament. I laid and listened to your heartbreak, and splinter like the ice keeps coming back to the Great Lakes. And I know, we both know how this ends, how your fingers don't fit mine like they probably fit his. Asked if we could stay up watching movies. Is it cool if I hold your hand until we both fall asleep? Or float through your veins gently on my back? Swallow every new breath like a heart attack. Oh, I sat and listened to your heart sing about the way that mine is filled with terrible things. And I swear I promise you each of Saturn's 10,000 rings. But never mind, I know you're not into that sort of thing.